Hi, it's Jez here with Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm continuing my Gothic junk journal series, and today I'm going to do a sort of a one sheet wonder tag thing. Done one sheet wonders before when you make loads of cards, but I want to make loads of tags. So these are the offcuts from the Magic in This Night DSP that I'm using, and I've sort of also picked out scraps from other papers. So, well, some of them aren't scraps. So these are the Colour Family papers. So I've picked out the Blackberry Bliss, some Pretty Peacock, and some Cajun Craze. So might use some of those in as well. And I've used this lovely vellum that we've got, the plush Poinsettia vellum. I thought this was quite a Gothic look as well. I do have another sheet of this as well. This might be more to do once the tag's made. Now, I quite often collage when I'm making tags in my junk journal, and I usually sort of stick the collage on a piece of A4 coffee paper, coffee dye paper, but I thought I'd do it onto a piece of DSP. So I thought I'd collage over the top of these spiders because I love the colour, but I'm not necessarily sure that I really want spiders all over my Gothic. I don't mind the odd one, but I don't want a page of it. And I thought this as the back of the tag, the bit where you'd probably, write on, journal on, having it a sort of fairly plain colour, and then I can stick a journaling card on it, something to write on over the top, and this will give it a nice frame. So I decided I was going to cut this down to A4, but I thought let's just leave it at 12 by 12, and then we can get lots and lots of tags out of this. So when collaging, it's just a matter of sort of covering the bit. I know some of these are sort of decent sized bits of DSP. I might do some inking on some of these as well, but I just want to sort of lay bits down. I'm probably, normally I would like rip and stick. It's what I like to call it, bit of rip and stick. I might actually have these with straight edges because I haven't really, it's not really a rip and stick type of project. It's, it's quite a deliberate, neat cut. I haven't sort of done any inking or anything like that either. So I think I'm likely to keep these the way they are. So I'm just going to trim off some of these sort of edges. So I'm just getting sort of reasonable sizes, sort of some rectangles there, cutting them up, and then just placing them down and seeing how they look in different places. I've got quite a few very big offcuts, so sort of trimming them down to sort of interesting shapes, trying not to be uniform about it, and sort of a mix of the colours, because the different pages in the journal have got different combinations of the colours. So I wanted to have that across the 12 by 12 sheet so that when they're cut down into tags, there'll be a variety to choose from for each of the tags. I don't want to just put maybe one with predominantly one colour on a colourful page. So just sort of fiddling, deciding what looks okay, and then I get out a framelit that's sort of tag size, so I can sort of get an idea of how they might look. So there's just a couple of more to trim off, and then we'll be ready to stick them all down. So I'm going to start sticking these down, and I'll speed things up when I do that. So it does look a little bit like a patchwork quilt, bit of a mess. I deliberately left spaces because I didn't need to cover them all up because we've got that lovely paper down below. So now I'm going to sort of cut. I thought I might go for 3 inches by 6 inches. That gives us quite a nice amount of tags, really, which should be enough for this journal. So you see, when you cut them up, you kind of don't know what you're getting. There's a bit of a lucky dip going on. So there we go, nice plain side. So there's room there for adding bits, colouring bits. That one's quite nice on its own. That one's quite eclectic there. So I could either cut 3 inches down there or 3 inches down there. Kind of goes straight down there. Straight down there. I think we'll go that way. I'm going because of that writing being that way up. I'll do that. And by that token, we're going to do that this way because that writing's that way up. So that is basis of the tags. So there they are. Some of them quite plain, some of them got quite a lot going on. And then it's just a matter of matching them up to the pages that I want them to go in, and that will help me decide what I'm going to do. I didn't really mean to do that, but it will get covered up without any problem whatsoever. Okay, so I die cut this sort of foliage strip. This comes in the well-written dies. And so I thought that would look good. And whilst I was looking in my Pretty Peacock scrap bit, I found these die cuts from a other project. I think these are retired dies, and I thought, oh, they look cool. I could have used other ones that I had, but they're already cut. And I thought I'm going to cut out Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You, and I might have that going down. So I've got a bit of scrap. Let's get me Pretty Peacock. I think I'm sticking with Pretty Peacock as the accent colour. And let's get that stamped on here. Super. And I'm going to cut each of those out individually. Now I'm not going to put the ink away. I'll leave that over there because I want to put some colour on here. And so let me get some scrap paper where I've done this before. There we go. So I've got a brush that I've been using for the Pretty Peacock. I am going to be getting some new blending brushes that I'm very excited about. They're new items that are coming in the January to June mini catalogue, and so quite excited. I've heard some good things about them, and these I bought these, saw them demonstrated, and it was like doesn't transfer colour, so you can go, so I can use it for like all my blues, and that's all like my reds and sort of vintage photo sort of colours. And apparently the it doesn't molt. Well, it does. So I'm quite looking forward to retiring them, really. So I think that looks a little bit better. I think that will tie in much nicer now. And might just do a bit of that, tone down a bit of the white there, and then I'm just going to cut these out. So I'm going to use my long scissors. So I will have a bit of a border. Just what I wanted to. Oh, do you know, this is annoying me now because I've got my glass mat underneath. It actually, it's actually a bit annoying, that noise. Let's get it off. Easier said than done. Seemed like a good idea at the time, but it's not really. Get it off. Talk amongst yourselves. Got ya. Better. Been meaning to get that off for ages. There we go. I do love sentiments that are bold like this. You know, so you've got the colour and then the words are in white. I just think they're really effective. And then I do quite like them. I think in a journal, I think these are really good statements to have. And I will be going through all my stamps and picking out different things that I like to decorate, use as prompts for, but some of them I will actually wait until I know what I'm going to do on the page, so I won't do all the decorating, but I did want to show you how you can decorate a card, the tag, quite nicely. There we go. So that's sticking to my hand. Let's get this all off this mucky sheet. So I'm gonna stick that across there, so we're going to cut it off down there. That edge a little bit. I think that's good. And then I'll cut off there. Poke out that bit that's not poked. I think this was from the Arts and Crafts dies, which I love. Yep, like that there, like that there, like that there. Right. Also need to create the top of this tag. So let's put that across there. Oh, do you know? There we are. Is that straight? Straight enough, I think. Anybody else make noises when they're doing things? I like to create my own soundtracks. There we go.
Hi. Yes.
across there, and then we're just going to stick this down, and then I'll put the words on top. So a little bit of splodging here, there and everywhere. Because I'm not going to have this going in and out of the pocket. It's going to get just clipped to the page, I think. Unless I change my mind. When I'm putting it together, I might add pockets as I go. But you see, this sort of method of building up a tag, you just sort of go in with the flow, and sort of hoping that it all comes together quite nicely. And it's like you've no idea what it's going to turn out like when you start. Might put that there. See, I had no idea I was going to put that there when I started. Oh, I do like the way this is turning out. Very nice, I must say. And we'll have that. Over there. I have got a little bit of oozing up there, so get that off. So there we go. I'm liking that. So now it's just a matter of doing the tops. Now you can just snip them. I made myself a sort of a little template here. I can decide how I want them. I think we'll go for that one. Yep, we'll go for that one. So it's just a little bit of chipboard, you know, you get a pad, or when you buy packs of DSP, some of them come in this thicker chipboard. So it's just a handy way of doing that. So nice little tag shape going on. You can round the corners, can leave them as they are, and then we can just do a hole punch there. Where's my crocodile? So no, before I do that, actually what I might do is get one of my bits of scraps and make like a top for it. So let's have a look at these scraps that I cleared away. We got something there. I think that will work very nicely. So let's fold it in half. And then just chop it down a little bit. Don't actually like the way I chopped that. That doesn't feel straight. I'll stick it through there, line it up with the straight edge. It's a bit better. Feel a little bit better about that now. So I'm going to glue that to the top. And I think that works quite nicely. This tag topper, I might have it standing up slightly proud, I'm not sure. Eyeballing it so it's in the middle. Yeah, that works for me. I have got hole reinforcers that I could have inked. I can't find them. They're lost, gone forever, I think. Can't find them anywhere. So we'll just put a hole in the middle of that. Now I could put could finish that off with a eyelet, which I think I might actually do. So I'm going to get my eyelets. So I think that will finish the tag off really, really nicely. Poke it in, give it a squeeze. And that's my tag. And then I just need to put something on the back there for journaling in, but I can do that at a later date. And then that will look lovely, clipped in on the page. If I just get a paper clip. So that will just paper clip nicely on there. Do it the other way around to hold it in place, and I just think that looks really nice. So that's what one of them finished off. So I've got loads more to do. Okay, so I've done lots and lots of die cutting, and I die cut some borders as well. I used these borders here from the Ornate Borders, and I just had some long strips, and I just cut them out, and I thought they might be useful. So now it's just a matter of sort of laying things down and deciding where I want them to go. So I thought I'd just keep the die cuts in their colours, so I can sort of pick them out and decide where I want them to go, really. So with these two plainer ones, I did think I might put some of this vellum across it. So sort of coming in that far now. There's my little ruler. See kind of how far I'm going with that. What am I thinking? About 2.5 inches. So I might trim 2.5 inches off that. I think that looked quite nice. So check. Yeah, I don't want it centered. Yep, I think that works. So we'll do another 2.5 inches there. And lengthwise, oh, it's probably about 4.5, 4 3/4 ish. So I'll have those, like it. And then I might put one of these borders on it. Across there. And quite like this sort of Gothic looking flower. It kind of comes from the set, so quite like it. It has a little leaf with it as well, but there it is. Although I might put a feather. might end up cutting some more of these, but I might stick that one. Oh, or maybe have some black with it. Maybe some bats. I cut some bats out. They might look quite cool. And then I can decide whether or not I want to knock back the colours a bit and not have them that colour. So that's quite good. And I might go for that across there, and then have some of that. Another little bit of purple. Something like that. That's kind of what I was thinking. Quite like the look of that. And then I could add sentiments and words as and when. So I'm going to get those stuck down. So that's that one. So I used the glue stick because you can see through vellum. I don't think it's too bad. It's the best I could do. So I think I will continue with that. So now I'm just going to do this one, and again I'll do it speeded up. So that's them done. I'm just going to do the little tab bit. I thought I might do these, well, I might do that one in black. I might do that one in a different colour. Oh, and then on the other side there's Blackberry Bliss. Might do the Blackberry Bliss. So where's my little chopper? Might do this so that I can do two, and then I've got it for another one. Kind of depends how big that little scrap is. Can you going off? Might be a little bit too small, that. I'm sure it'll be fine. Good way to use up scraps. So we'll fold that in half. Keep that for another one up there. Trim it. I'm going to put it on that blade edge there. Or maybe a bit longer. Up to that line there. There. That'll be right. So, like we did before, I'm dropping some of my die cuts on the floor there with my sleeve. I'm wearing big floppy sleeves today. Perhaps I'll roll them up. So I'm quite pleased with how these are turning out. I say you just have to go with the flow, and you just don't know what you're going to get, but I'm liking it. Oh, I haven't got an eyelet, need to do that. So I'm going to just chop a hole in the middle there, and then I will stick an eyelet in it, and oh, I was going to do that one black, wasn't I? Oh no, I was going to go purple, so I'm going to do this one. This one can be Black Blue Bliss as well, actually. So I'm going to do that one in the same way, and I'm going to get some eyelets. So that's them finished off with the eyelets, and I'm really pleased with how they're turning out. So we've got these 4 now. Those are pretty similar. I might do them 2 together and these 2 together. Oh, and there's another one. They're kind of the same. So I think I'll do those 3 together because they're kind of the same sort of colours going on there. So that's them finished. I quite like that. I'll probably end up putting some words on there, but we've got these last 2 to do. So I'm going to get on and decorate those. So that's those last 2 finished, and I might do some inking because I've lost a little bit there. So I've got some Whisper White cardstock. Although these are quite, because they've got like 2 layers of DSP, they're quite robust. But I thought if I do my journaling bits in Whisper White, then that will give them a little bit extra stiffness. So cut that in half. Cut that in half. Cut that in half again. That's not half again. Where is half again on this? So this is, so it's 2 1/16. See what that looks like. See if that is too thin. It is quite thin. It is quite thin. And it's too long. So we'll cut 1/4 inch off that. I might change my mind about the size. That needs a little bit more off actually. There's 1/2 inch it needed to come off, so put another 1/4. So we'll take that down to 5 1/2. Could do with being a little bit less even so, but no, that'll do. So I could put a little bit of decoration down the side to sort of finish it off. It's quite pretty. We'll go 5 1/4. Yeah, 5 1/4. You just need something there to sort of write a little memory. So I'll do another one at 5 1/4. I might change my mind on the others. If I cut this at 5 1/4, but have it a bit wider. So these tags are 3 inches wide, so really we want to go 2 1/2. That's a better size. But then we cut off there, so we come down to 5 inches. So 5 by 2 1/2, I think, is the better size. Perfect. That's a nice little spot on the back there. So 5 by 2 1/2. So I'll cut this down to 5. And then 3 lots of 2 1/2. So you'd get 6 out of one sheet. That isn't 2 1/2. 2 3/4 back. And then we've got 2 3/4, 2 3/4. That one will just be a little bit less. That'll be fine. So I do want another sheet. So we've got 1 2 3 4. Let's do another one. Cut it at 5. Two 3/4. 2 3/4. Bang on, almost. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Let's do another to make our 8, and we'll use those thin ones for something else. Some littler tags. And then we've got them. Put them away in my scraps. Never chuck them. Right. So now think about how I'm gonna. I've got my lined stamp, which is what I think I will use. Put lines across on them, ready for drawing on, writing on, and then I might stamp like a sentiment on the top, like remember. Have I got my stamp here? I have. Oh, that was planning, or more. It was more. That was me not putting things away. So I think I'm just gonna ink this up and then stick these on. Might do it so we've got a slight margin. Quite like that idea. So I'm gonna get some Memento ink. Ink that up. And then we'll just lay this down. May not be straight, but I don't mind that. There we go. That's what I'm going for. So I shall do these, and I say when I'm finishing off my album and adding adding my thoughts and memories, then I might add some stamping. So I'll get these finished. So there's my tags finished. I do hope all that was in shot. So there they are, and they will, like that one, I will add little words to them when I decide what I'm doing on each of the pages. But there we go. So I think 8 tags is quite enough for my 2 signature journal, 4 in each. So I will come back next time with another episode in this series. I do hope you're enjoying it. See you again soon. All the details, all the pictures and everything will be over on nigezza.co.uk. And if you wish to buy any of these products I use, there'll be links to what I've used in the blog post to my shop where you can purchase them. Okay, see you again soon. Bye.